Forms of business, we have the sole trader. I'm just going to quickly review the sole trader anyway. So we call them sole trader because this business is run and controlled by individuals. That's why it's a sole trader. It could be in the primary sector, it could be in the secondary sector or tertiary sector. But in as much as just an individual controlling the business, it's a sole trader. And they can employ large numbers of employees. But the point is, they are sole trader based on their legal structure. So when we talk about forms of business, I'm going to quickly reverse that. We simply define the forms of business structure based on the legal status. It is all about who owns it. The kind of people that owns the business determines the kind of business we call it. So it's a sole trader because it is controlled by individuals. It is partnership because 20 to 20 people are in charge. It is a private limited company because it's for friends and family. It's a public limited company and so on. So the form of business we run is determined by the legal status of the business. I think it's clear. Then here they say they may have to pay taxes and other government charges. They pay taxes, but they pay income tax, not corporation tax. Sometimes when they get to a certain limit of revenue, they might have to start remitting VAT to government posts. They might need license to trade if they are setting the business in the marketplace. Yeah. So they might need permission from the local authority. So we go to the they have to comply also. They have to comply with the laws of the country. It's not exempted. They are not exempted from the law. Yeah. That means maybe work health and safety rules and regulations they have to follow. So that, and they are unlimited liability, which simply means the debt of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business. So we go to the advantages and disadvantages of sole trader. The first one, the owner keeps all the profit. It's your business, it's your money. So whatever profit you make is all about yours. Do you get the point there, please? So the first advantage of sole trader, like I said here, is the owner keeps all the profit. Wow. So because it's your own business, you have put your own money into the business. So whatever profit you make is all yours. So that means the owner keeps all the profit. Two, the business is independent and the owner has complete control. Yes. We call it a sole trader because it is run, owned, controlled by an individual. So it simply means that the business is independent. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have ownership aside the owner of the business. So whatever the owner does is with the business. So the business is simple to set up with no legal requirements. You don't need memorandum of association, article of association to set it up. You don't need documents to set it up. You can as well just set it up today. The third advantage is that the business can be flexible and can adapt to change quickly because it's a small business. So the needs of customers you can adapt because you offer because you could be a barbing salon today. You could have a barbing salon today, mm-hmm. And you figure out that barbing salon is not, it's not relevant in your area anymore. It's not moving fast like it used to move. Mm-hmm. Or you could change it to a laundry store. Yeah. So whatever you want to set the business to be, whatever you have in mind to use to do the business to make the business be, it could be. Okay. That's flexibility. It's not something that it doesn't take time for you to switch from one kind of sole trader to another kind of sole trader. I think that makes sense now. The next one, the business can offer personal services because it is small. It's a small business. So it's a business that is not like you can as well know everybody, all your customers. Like a barbing salon, mm-hmm. you offer a personal service. You barb my hair, you barb other people's hair. So it's a personal service. All money. Then the business will qualify for government help because it's a small business. You might be able to get a grant from government, but before you could get that grant, it would have meant that you meet up with the requirements needed by the government to give you that grant. Do you understand? Yes. So these are the advantages of sole trader. Mm-hmm. Then what are the disadvantages of being a sole trader? Number one, unlimited liability. The debts of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business. So the owners of the business might use their personal wealth to pay for the debts of the business. Mm-hmm. Do you get the first point there? The second one, the owner may struggle to raise finance as lenders may consider them high risk. Yes. It's a small business. Yeah. Financiers like banks would not want to give them a loan because they don't have a record. They are just starting up. They are small businesses. They don't have that reputation to be, credit worthy. Yeah. So they might find it difficult to source for finance. Yeah. The third one, independence may be a burden. For example, if an owner is ill, the owner has to be there 24/7. Yeah. The owner has to be out working. The owner has to be punctual. The owner has to be present. So if the owner is ill, it might become a problem for the business to go on.
Okay.
The business is usually too small to exploit economies of scale. Economies of scale comes as a result of expansion or operating on a larger scale. So because you are a small business, it means you are operating on a smaller scale. So because in as much as you are operating on a smaller scale, you won't be able to exploit economies of scale. You cannot buy in bulk. It's only when you buy in bulk, you get discounts. And that is purchasing economies of scale. You cannot attract skilled managers because you don't have the financial capability to pay them. So that means you cannot exploit managerial economies of scale. You cannot have different product portfolio. And that means you cannot exploit risk-bearing economies of scale. You may not have the financial capability to buy equipment or machines. That means you cannot exploit technological economies of scale. You get it? So all these economies of scale, you won't be able to exploit them because you are a small business. The third one, independence. Okay. Am I missing something?
No, independence may be a burden, for example.
Okay. Independence may be a burden. For example, if an owner is ill, we talked about that. If the owner is ill, that means you have a problem. You might not be able to, it's not present, so that's the problem. The business is usually too small to exploit. I said that already. The business cannot be continued if the owner passes away. The death of the owners of the business, the death of a sole trader ends the business.
Okay.
So that's all about the advantages and disadvantages of a sole trader. Any question about that? You have any question? Okay. So go to partnerships. Are you there? Yeah. No, you don't have to pause. It's your video, so just let me go do this. What about money to be? All yours. That do not keep all the profit. Just dependent on enough. We call it a sole trader because more controlled by an individual. So it's the business is independent. Because they have ownership assigned to owner business needs. Whatever the owner does. So the business is set up no legal requirements. No need memorandum of association, article of association to set it up. You don't need documents to set it up. You can as well just set it up today. The third advantage is that business can be flexible and can adapt to change. That's a small business. So go to partnership. I said the partnership in the UK is defined in the Partnership Act of 1890 as a relationship which exists or subsists is the same between person carrying on business with common view of profit. But simply, a partnership has more than one owner. The joint owners will share responsibility for running the business and also share the profits. Partnerships are often found in professions such as accountants, doctors, estate agents, solicitors, and vets. After sole traders, partnerships are the most common type of business organization. It is usual for partners to specialize. A firm of solicitors with 5 partners might be organized so that each partner specializes in their own field of expertise, such as divorce, personal injury cases, criminal law, family law, wills, probate. We call it a partnership business because it is set up by 2 to 20 people with the aim of making profit. That's why it is partnership. So most of partnership business we have are partnership business that comes with professions like accountants, lawyers, solicitors. So they could set up a partnership business because we have property lawyers, we have Sharia lawyers, we have different kinds of lawyers. So they might set up a chamber or business that relates to this profession. So that's what we call it. That's why it is partnership. But there are no legal requirements to complete when the partnership is formed. But we need what we call the partnership deed. There's no legal, it's just the same as a sole trader. There's no legal requirement. but it is important to have a partnership deed, because that partnership deed becomes a guide to the partners on what they do and to check and balance their situation. So they need a partnership deed. So they said this is a legal document that states partners' rights in the event of disagreement. It covers institutions as, so call it a partnership deed because it's a document stating the affairs of the partners. So what are those things, what are those items in the partnership deed? Number one, the amount of capital contributed, the amount of money invested by each partners. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Two, the share of profit, how profit will be shared and losses should be shared amongst the partners. It has to be stated in the partnership deed. The third one, the procedure of ending the partnership. We call it partnership dissolution. What do I call it?
Pardon, sir. What?
The procedure of ending the partnership. We call it partnership dissolution. It means a situation where the partnership business ends.
Right.
Dissolution. Then how much control each partner has. Are they active partner, nominal active partner, or sleeping partner? You need to know. If they are sleeping partner, this means they only contributed money. They are not in charge of the day-to-day running of the business. For active partner, they contributed money at the same time run the business. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay. Rules for taking on new partners. When we have to employ new work, when we have to accept new partners, what are the decisions that we have to take? What are the requirements to accept new partners? Is it clear?
Yes.
If no deed of partnership is drawn up, the arrangement between partners will be subject to the Partnership Act. So if there's no deed of agreement, then we use the Partnership Act of 1890. Either we write up a partnership deed that becomes our guide, or we go back to the Partnership Act of 1890. You get it? Any question? No. So we have the advantages and disadvantages of partnerships. The first advantage is that partnership is easy to set up and run with no legal requirements. Just like sole trader, partnership does not need any legal requirements. There's no need for memorandum of association, article of association. No, you don't have to go to the registrar of companies. It's just you coming up with some guys and setting up the business. So there's no paperwork, no legal requirements needed for partnership. Number two, partners can specialize in their area of expertise. So each partner would have their area of expertise. And as a result of that, it means they have strength in diversity.
Okay.
Oh, this is what you do, this is what he does, this is what she do, this is what she does, this is what I do. We have different strengths. And because we have different strengths, it simply means that we can use those strengths to our own advantage. Do you guys or not?
So you can use your own strength to get to your advantage.
You can use the strengths gathered together for your own advantage.
Okay.
3. Partners share the burden of running the business.
Yes.
Partnership share the burden of running the business, which simply means that there's shared responsibility. What do I call it? Shared responsibility, because each partner have to take part in the work in the operations of the business. Because they are partners, they share responsibility. And that is why we call it shared responsibility.
Okay.
So each partner will have certain responsibility that he or she carries out within the organization.
Understood.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
The third one.
Code is deeply important.
No, partners may disagree. Okay. Partners may disagree and fall out with one another. They are from different backgrounds.
Okay.
They are from different backgrounds. They are coming together with the aim of making profit. So it simply means that there's possibility that they have disagreements.
Yes.
They are from different backgrounds. And because they are from different backgrounds, coming together to form a business might be a bit, difficult. They might have conflicts. One partner's decision creates legal obligation for all partners. So a mistake of one partner is a mistake for everyone.
They're grouped together.
And last one, partnership have limited growth potential because it's a partnership business. So the business has what we call because it's just an individual business, the business might have the potential to grow.
Okay.
How can it have the potential to grow? It might have the potential to grow because such business the owner of the business itself will not just be an individual that does not want to push the business forward.
Yes.
So the owner of the business might want the business to really go forward by involving itself or himself or herself into the business.
I see.
So and that means output in that business might as well increase. Do you get it?
Yes.
That's partnership. Then we go to limited partners. Is it clear or not, please?
Yes.
Okay. Now go to limited partners. Why do we call them limited partners? We call them limited partners because these partners, they only contribute money into the business. They are not involved in the day-to-day running of the business. So they are sleeping or dormant partners. We call them sleeping or dormant partners. Sleeping or dormant partners. These partners, they only contribute money into the business, but the affairs or the running of the business is not their only issues.
Because it's not together.
You get it? So these kind of partners, they do not lose
Money.
They do not lose money aside for the amount of money invested into the business. Their personal wealth cannot be lost because of the debt of the business.
That's limited partnership.
Is it clear?
Limited. Yes.
Any question up to now?
No. They're limited.
Partnership. You have to write it. Do you want to write anything, please? So for partnership business, these are business that is owned, controlled by two or more people with the aim of making profit. Therefore, the partnership, we don't have any legal requirement, but we have the partnership deeds, which is a document stating the affairs of the partners. So what are those items in the document? We have how much capital is being introduced, that's the amount of capital introduced into the business, how profit and losses will be shared with partners, the procedure of ending the partnership, which is dissolution, rules for taking on new partners. What are the ways in which, what are the guidelines towards taking in new partners? The advantages of partnership: one, it is easy to set up and run with no legal requirements, just like the same as a sole trader. It doesn't need a lot of paperwork. Two, partners can specialize in their area of expertise, which simply means that partners can be experts in their own way. The third one, partners share the burden of running the business. There's shared responsibility, which means it is unlike a sole trader where all the responsibility is shared is on the sole trader. But for partnership, it is spread across the partners. More owners can raise more capital. With partnership, more capital can be raised by owners. Then the problems. Partners have unlimited liability, which simply means that the debt of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business, to the partners. Partners have to share the profit. So the profit has to be shared, unlike sole trader, who keeps all the profit. Here, they have to distribute profit. Partners may disagree and fall out with one another. There might be conflict between partners. One partner's decision creates legal obligation for all partners. One mistake of one partner affects the whole partnership. And partnerships have limited growth potential. Partners, they might not grow well because it's limited to the numbers of people needed are still limited. Limited partners, because they're limited partners, I did not record here. I did not record it.
Oh.
So when I was about to stop, then I found out that it wasn't stopping, it was recording.
Oh.
So I quickly do it. So for limited partners, they are partners with, these are partners that only contribute capital into the business. They are not part of decision making of the business, and we call them sleeping or dormant partners. So they cannot lose because they have limited liability. So it simply means whatever happens to the business does not affect their personal wealth, aside the money, aside whatever is contributed into the partnership business. They will have limited companies. Why do we call them limited companies? We call them limited companies because they don't have a legal separate identity. They don't have a legal separate identity from they have a separate legal, sorry, they have a separate legal identity from the owners of the business. So that means the business are different from the owners of the business, and it means they can form a contract, they can be sued, they can sue, they can employ people. So what are the features of a limited company? One, capital is raised through selling of shares. So for a limited company, they source for fund through issued shares. Two, limited companies are run by directors who are elected by the shareholders. So limited companies are run by